Hi friends, yesterday we seen database installation, and now we are going to install the application installation, that is NetWeaver installation on top of database. Now we are going to see, and to install the application on top of database, what are the things we require? The required file systems, required files. The same we required files is nothing but NetWeaver application is required, which is 7.5 latest, and we required some kernel files, and yeah, these are the required softwares. Actually, these two are the required softwares. To install the application on top of database. So I already moved the files from Windows machine to Linux machine yesterday only. Supposed to go to root. So everything is there into my Linux machine. Now we are going to use that files. Like, where is NetWeaver? Yeah, this is a NetWeaver 7.5, and as well as the kernel files also there. So like it is like a exedb, exe helpers. Everything is, we required some files to install the application on top of db. Okay, let's see the same procedure, So first we need to go to the service marketplace, and you just give the user ID and password. For that, you just go to the software and downloads, and we need to select the NetWeaver application. For that, we need to just click the N by alphabetical N. You just enter that N, and it is going to show it to the NetWeaver applications which are available into the website. So we just click download, and it is going to be downloaded into the Windows machine. We are going to use the WinSAP, and we just move through WinSAP from Linux to Windows. So the same procedure. So now I am going to connect the Linux machine by using putty. So every software is available in the basis software folder. I am going there, basis software folder, just clicking LL, and then after you can find the SWPM Linux, this path. CD, so we can find SAP INST. So actually these are everything, whatever I kept it doing this PC software folder, these are the required files. So these are supposed to, even SWPM Linux, these are supposed to everything should be downloaded from the service marketplace only. And once you download, you just move to Linux, and you can use this. Proper permissions is required, like chmod, like change mode, like read, write, or execute permissions. You need to give that. So whenever you came here, and you need to give the / is the execution of the everything. So SAP INST. This is, you have to remember. We just click enter. Now it is going to be extracting something. It is directly opening into the browser. So no, it is not going to open into the browser. So we need to copy this. So it is going to give the one URL. You need to do everything into the browser based theme. Just copy that one. We just enter. It is going to ask why it is not working. That's SAP NST is terminated by silo. Okay. So we'll install one more time. We won't get this time. CPINST. So you can see, like open your browser and paste the following URL address to access the GUI. So this is the path you need to copy, and just enter into the browser. I'm pasting here the same and just reloading it. Yes, you need to click the advanced proceed. So I'm just giving the information about. So now you can able to enter into the software provisioning manager. So which tool you are going to use? Which tool you are going to use to install the application? Whatever NetWeaver application, we are going to use the SWPM. That is nothing but software provisioning manager, and the version is 30. You see here. Sorry. The version is 1.0. Service pack level is 30. 1.0 SP is service pack is 30. We have to remember this. So for database installation, we are using HDBLCM. For application installation, we are using the tool called SWPM is a tool we are using. As well, we required the same software required file systems, or like for application installation, we required SAP MNT and USR SAP and USR SAP Trans. So these are the required file systems for application installation. You may get the doubt these required files for installation, that means it is not yet created, but this is going to be created, but the sizes we are going to define. You need to define the sizes. This is required like 100 GB. Then user SAP also required 100 GB. Database dealing with the RAM, so that's why we are giving that. So but trans directory should have more space because it is only handling the transportation of things, like it is having the data and co-files information, and everything, the TR information is going to be storing USRSC trans directory. That's why we should give the more space to this USRSC trans directory. So same, like a required file system size is like this. So file system size is defining by ours, like we are going to give it to the OS team, they are going to give the space to us. So on the space only these files are going to be created. Let's see. So I'm taking the duplicate session in logging. So as I told you, we required file system size are like you see, we required SAP MNT. We don't find SAP MNT is the mount directory. We can call it as SAP mount directory, and we'll see USR SAP directory is already created while installing the database. You see cd USR SAP LL. So this path is already created, and USR SAP trans is not yet created. You see here, I am on USR SAP, in that we don't have any trans directory. So now we are installing the application. So we'll see. So whenever we are going to install application into the system on top of database, so we require softwares like software provisioning manager software is required. So that is why we are going to install SWPM. So we came here like a SWPM line Excel. So this is required file software, and then after we required NetWeaver installation exports like SAP, some SAR files will be required like exe, exedb, and IGS, exe, IGS helper. So those files are required. These are like kernel files. So for application installation we required these many file systems, and now I'm going to start the installation procedure. So I'm going to NetWeaver 7.5. This is the latest one, and then on top of database we are installing it. I'm just clicking Hana, SAP Hana database, and installing the application, and we start going there. So I'm installing it as a server, like I'm taking application server ABAP. So I'm installing the standard system. So I'm selecting the standard system, and then after selecting this, you just click next. So application installation pages, we have like a define parameters, review parameters, execute service complete. So you just remember. Number one stage is like parameters define parameters. Next one is review the parameters. Third one is, you see here, execute service. The fourth one is service completed. So these are the 4 stages while installing the application. First one is define parameters, review parameters, and execute service, and service is completed. So like it is stating like the parameter set is typical mode, and parameter mode is like it is stating typical mode and custom mode. Typical mode, if we choose typical, option is performed with the default settings. It is come with the default settings if you choose typical. If you choose custom mode, you prompted for all parameters, and at the end you can still change any of these parameters on the parameter summary screen. So typical, it is stating the default settings are come. So we required default only and going with the typical mode, which is come with the default settings. The parameters is defining. So now it is asking for system, SAP system SID. Like here we need to provide them. You see here user SAP SID. That means we need to give the SAP MNT mount directory, which SAP SID you are going to divide. So previously, whenever you are going to install database, we are giving the DB SID. Now we are going to give the application SID. I am giving AP1. It is also like 3-digit number only. I am giving AP1 is my application SID. You just click. Mount directory is also going to be created. I'm just clicking here. Next. Password, it is asking for application password. You just click next. So now you have to provide the database host information, because wherever we are hosted the database, this Linux machine is hosted on the same, the Linux machine which we are hosted, we installing the same database is also same host. So that is why we are going to provide the same IP, like hosted IP, and 00 is my DB instance. I already told you. Variable check CD Hana shared CD DB1. So you see here, this is my instance number, and DB SID, what is my DB SID? DB1. See here, DB1 is my SID. So on top of DB1, I am installing this application. It is already default, it is taking system uses password wherever you are giving. Whenever we are installing a DB, Hana DB, it is already default, it is taking. I'm just clicking next. No, I think we supposed to select the required files like kernel files. So we need to select these files. Like it is looking for some kernel files like SAP XCSR file, IG XCSR file, IG S helper. So these are related to kernel. So we need to select. I already moved. And just directly selecting the kernel folder. Let's see is taking or not. From that folder, it's supposed to take the required files. If it is anything missed, like the required files is missing, it will be show it to you like you need to select the file again. See, previously it was still missing, now it is available. So everything it is taking. I just give the folder details like that. I'm just clicking next. Says dedicated host agent upgrade or SAP host agents. I'm not going to upgrade it because already it is. I think it is on latest version only. I feel so. Just click next. Still, we are on define parameter stage only. So, client path strategy. SAP HANA client software installation path. A local client or central point if is asking. Choose local clients directory. Install the client locally into the local directory. USR SAP HDB client. And this is the path if you choose local client path. If you choose central client directory, mostly we are going with this path only. We are dealing with USR SAP directory. Like it should be like whenever you are going to it is going to be it is supposed to we are taking SID as AP1, right? So after that AP1 it is going to be created HDB client. So I'm taking local client directory. RDBMS HANA client. So we need to select this package location. So it is stating that label.asc or label. So we need to select that. So It is related to HANA client. We need to find the HANA client. Is there any HANA client? Yeah, HANA client. Yeah, label.ac. Next. So now it is asking for installation export NW750 folder. So and just giving going to NW7.5 this, and after that label.ac. So you see here, like here also it is asking for label.ac or label dot something like this. So each is available in NetWeaver 7.5 version. He is asking, just giving that thing. Next. Application SID we need to provide, like AP1 and AP1 I've given, and then after we need to provide the DB host information, because we are installing application on top of DB only. So and then after, whenever you are going to provide the DB host information, so we need to select the kernel information, kernel files it is asking, and then after it is asking for which client you want to install. So we taken as local client only, and then after, so then after it is asking for HANA client label.ac something, and then after it is asking for NetWeaver label.ac something like that, and then after you just click next. So yeah, as of now we completed these steps. So it is okay. Database schema is going to be created. The database is DBSID is DB1, host information is this, and instance number is schema. DBA cockpit is one schema is going to be created. DB schema is this, and next I think application schema is going to be created. Yeah. See, it is taking SAP ABAP one. So DB schema is created. Now it is creating application schema. Like it is DBA cockpit. This SAP ABAP one, I think. So as of now it is SAP HANA import. So these many files are import parameters. These are the parameters is importing. It is like global INI index server. So these many parameters are there. So we don't need to anything, and just click next. Next, it is automatically taking parameters, required parameters. It is taking. Declustering, depooling option, ABAP table, declustering, depooling, additional information, enable clustering, depooling or ABAP tables. I'm going with the default option only. Next. So save, like here also I'm going with the default whatever it is showing. Do not use a parameter file. Use a parameter file, like already it is taking the parameters, but if you want to give an extra additional, I think so, and this leads to some issues. It is not supposed to do, but I'm not going. Do not use a parameter file. I'm going with this parameter file only. See here. So parameter file location, it is stating that tmp sap nst underscore inst dar nws 150 hdb install std abap. So this is the location. It is parameter file location. This path is very important. Application logs where you will check. This is the path you are going to check. It is automatically taking the parallel jobs, which like how many jobs it is going to be run in the my application. Like on GI mode, it is we can see in a clear way. Just click next. Okay, so now it is you can observe PAS, primary application server, ASCS, application server central instances. So you see here, or maybe it is calling it as ABAP central services instance. So what happened is, after this it is creating PAS instance, and then after AS CS instance. So ASCS is attached with the central only. We are not going to do anything with this. So mostly we are going looking with the PAS instance, primary application. The name itself it is stating primary. We are going to work with this primary application server only. It is creating 01 as instance number for, and it is taking 02. So whenever you are going to work with the login pad, so we are going to provide this PAS instance number only. So on top of DB1, on top of HDB instance number is 00. So yeah, all the information is taken. So what is PAS? Primary application server, ASCS, application server central instance, or maybe ABAP server central instance now they are calling. And for the ABAP server central instance, So maybe it may be like a app also. As a basis admins, we are working like we are calling it as a application server central instance, and ABAPers it is calling it as a ABAP server central instance. Okay, just click next. No SLD, distillation. System landscape directory. We are not yet given any landscape as of now. We are installing a new system, so we are not supposed to do anything. So whatever it is supposed to give that, we are going with that only. Next. Yes. Secure storage key generation, secure storage individual key information are recommended for productive systems. You can choose between using individual key for the encryption or confidential data keeping default key. You can choose between individual key for the encryption, confidential data, or keeping the default key, which provides fluctuation only. New installation from scratch, target system installation or system copy, system name, rename. If you choose individual key, are recommended for productive systems. You must back up the displayed upcoming message before encrypted something. New installation from the scratch, key is also used to encrypt the secure storage in database. So it is recommending to go with the default key because if you choose individual key recommended for productive systems, you must back up displayed key becoming message before. Target system installation for system copy purpose, we are using this individual key, but on default it would be like a default key only. I'm going with a default. Cleanup of operating system users. Limit installation directory access. SAP inst underscore instdnr directory belongs to a group named SAP inst. If this group is not available, it is created automatically as local group. For security reasons, SAP recommends that you remove operating system users from group SAP inst on Unix after the execution of software provisioning manager has completed. So SAP wants to create this like group, like SAP NST group. So that is why if there is an existing operating system users, like it is work with that suppose existing, if you use Windows operating system, you are going to use your own user kind of things. So that is going to be cleanup. it is going to be done with the SWPM. Software posing measure has to be like it is going to be done with this after completion of the SAP installation. So OS user AP1 ADM. AP1 ADM is user is going to be created in the SAP NST group. Next, SID ADM user is created. What is my application SID? AP1, right? AP1 ADM user is created. And next, parameter summary. It is telling total parameter summary. Now we are going to review the parameters. We are on second step. Second stage, review parameters. So we have to recheck what you have given. So what the system is taken by default. So it should be like everything should be available, the status, and DB schema is there or not, ABAP schema is there or not, and what are the input parameters it is by default it is taking, like a number of parallel jobs, how many jobs are like it is by default it is creating, what is PA's instance number, what is ACS instance number. So everything like required files, what are the required files are there. So we have given it like this, some kernel files are required for SAR files, these are, you just click next. Now it is went for so up to here it is define parameters. Now it is on review parameters. Once you review the parameters, directly it went for execution mode, I think. Execute service. So whatever we are defining, and it is going to be started executing one by one. It is taking like hours of time, like it will take at least 1 to 2 hours it will take to. In this phase, like what happened is so as I told you, whenever we are going to install application into this SAP into the system, by default two users already created, and now in this phase instrument here, in this execution service phase, two clients is going to be created, and as well as two instances already created. One is PS and another one is ACS. So two clients are nothing but 000 and 001. So I think it is already created in this phase. So I forgot to tell you. So whenever we are install the application, two clients and two users, by default it is going to be created. Sorry, 2 clients and 2 instances, and one SID ADM user is going to be created. %50 completed as of now. So whenever we are going to install application into the database, by default it is come with the 2 clients. These are like these we can call it as a 000, 001. We are calling it as a golden clients. These 000 is a golden client which is come with the SAP installation, and as well as associated with the 000 we are having a one user called DDAC user. This is called data dictionary user, and also we have one more user, SAP star user. So we are going to use these 2 for different purposes. So whenever we are going to deal with the SAP system upgradations, some upgrades, we are going to use the 000 and DDAC user. And also whenever you are going to perform HTML configurations into the system, we are going to use the 000 and DDAC user. Like this is, we are calling it as a golden client because it is come with the SAP installation. This is also 001 client. This is also come with the database application installation only. So this is also, this is one copy of golden client only, we can call it as. And the purpose of 000 and DDAC user we are going to see in the next sessions. And you see import monitor jobs running 12, waiting 13, completed 4, 5, failed 0, total 29 jobs to be completed. It will be run by one. It is up to run out, like how many 12 jobs, as already we see 12 jobs to be run simultaneously. 12 jobs are waiting and 5 are completed. I forgot to tell you, I think this is also going to be created automatically whenever we are SS server. I'm going to explain one more time. So what I have did as of now, so required software files for installing application. We required like first initially we required SWPM, software provisioning manager, and as well as we required some kernel files, and the NetWeaver 7.5 his application is also required. These files are required. So by doing this, SWPM only we are going to install the like SWPM Linux dot slash SAP INST. Once we hit that, we just go to the path. The path is supposed to like this: SWPM underscore Linux. So, and after this, you need to enter dot slash SAP INST SAP installation. So, the process is going to be started. This SID ADM user is the system user, so application user. We are going to work with application operations, and these are like a client users. The client default client users. We are working with the log and pad. This SID ADM user is for operating system user. Like this is going to be created. I already discussed. This is going to be created. SAP like SAP MNT like in directory or something we have seen just now, and as well as two instances are going to be created. One is PAS and ASCS, primary application server, and like application server central instances, that may be calling it as a ABAP application server in ABAP server central instances. And as well as on DB schema is going to be created, and as well as ABAP schema is going to application schema is going to be created. So these are the things we have done as of now. These 4 phases are important. First, it is defining first we have to define the parameters. It is going to be review the parameters. We are going to check the parameters in the review parameters phase, and then after it is going to start automatically execute service. Execute service and service completed is going to be done with us by the system itself. We are not going to do anything, but we have to take care of defining the parameters and review the parameters. These two stages are important. So it is writing something. See here, we don't have SAP MNT directory previously. Now it is created. Move on to directory SAP MNT. Where you will check application log information. So you'll get this question. So for that you need to go to the CD TMP application logs, and that means application installation, whatever it is. So see, this is the path SAP INST underscore INSTDIR. CD SAP, and then after we just click LL. We can find NW750. So this is the path we are going to check. So this is the expected interview question. So which path you are going to check, how you are going to find the application log installation things, and as well as the application related logs, or where you are going to check this means TMP underscore tmp/sap nst underscore anstdr /nw750 hdb inst hdb install std app. So this is the path we are going to check the application logs. So you see here log, everything is mostly with the log. So we have to check these logs for any error kind of things we are going to see one by one. Based upon the issue, we are going to check the logs. So running, still 4 running, 1 is waiting. Completed as of 24 jobs are completed. 29, total of 29. It will take some time. See here, now 100% is completed. The installation of application installation was done successfully. Just click OK. Execution of service has been completed successfully. This execute services completed successfully. These two stages done by like automatically, so we have to give the define parameters and the checking the parameters we have to check. You see, please help us to improve our software by providing your feedback. So you're not required to fill all those things, just browse it. So the process execution is finished successfully. These two things will be checked by us, like we have to define the parameters and next we have to review the parameters. This execute service complete mode is automatically done by itself. So see here, like we have installed Hana completed, and on top of Hana we are installing application as well. So we'll see cd Hana ll cd shared l cd dp1 ll And next we have to check Hana installation. Hana installation path is Hana shared. Now we have to check. We have already seen like SWPM directory is already created. We'll see in the next session. And cd SAP MNT AP1. Next we'll see profile. Yeah, so ASCS instance is 02. The primary application server instance is 01. It is always like it is starting with a D01. You have to remember. So where you will check, where you will find the instance number. So you can find this path. You can go to SAP MNT AP1 profile, or else you can go from the root like cd usr SAP SID cd AP1 LL. You can find the ASCS instance number and pre-PS instance numbers you can find here. So this is how we are going to install the application, database and application. On top of database we have installed the application. So it is working fine. So as of now we have completed HANA database installation and application installation, and next session we are going to install the login pad. That is nothing but GUI we are going to install on Windows machine, and after that we need to connect the application to that GUI login pad.